We're also getting our first look at the city's budget after weeks on reporting on this deficit.
Yeah, we're getting an idea of their plan to solve this really significant problem.
Denver 7's Lauren Lennon is at the City and County building. And Lauren, now you're hearing from the mayor and saying he wants to keep some of those core services while also coming up with new ways to bring money into the city.
Yeah, Dan and Anusha, from staff reductions to new ways of generating revenue, there's a lot to this over 600-page long proposed budget, and it comes after 169 city employees were laid off just last month because of that $200 million budget shortfall. But Mayor Mike Johnston says that they were able to close that gap. Now, in this budget, it includes $118 million in personnel savings, $77 million in savings from services, supplies, and internal transfers, and $5.7 million in new revenue. Now, some of those revenue ideas, those include renting out space in city greenhouses to residents and increasing photo radar enforcement for the police department.
We have worked to now close a $200 million budget gap across the city, and doing that all while protecting core city services.
Now, while this budget maintains city services like parks and recreation and police officers, there's new reaction this morning from Denver City Councilwoman Stacey Gilmore, who says the budget will cut essential programs. One of the cuts she cited was to the Office of Children's Affairs, saying there will be no after-school or summer programs, which she believes will be a significant impact on youth. And she emphasized equity is a very important factor to consider throughout the budget.
They have totally cut the foundational support for children, families, for communities of color that are at risk of involuntary displacement and or gentrification. There has been no bright light shown on those very real, vulnerable segments of our population.
Now, Councilwoman Gilmore's husband was affected by those layoffs that happened last month. So a question that's on a lot of people's minds, and also Gilmore's, is will we see more layoffs in the future? Well, the short answer to that is no. Mayor Mike Johnston says that no layoffs or furloughs will be necessary with this new budget. However, that could change depending on if any of the cuts that are in the budget change, or departments that have already been asked to make cuts are asked to make more. Now, City Council, they'll start their budget hearings next Monday. Denver 7 will be following those closely and bring updates both on air and online at denver7.com. Anusha?
Thank you so much for that update, Lauren.